is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. How's it going? Except for Dolores. I hope you feel better. Oh, thanks. Will, I mean, you could do a way better job than I could with the intro, trust me.
Well, especially considering how outdated
That
is.
intro is so old. You don't even see the same people. Well, you know, Aries went on to do other things. Silence. I'm not silent. Oh my God. Speed Triple is kind of in the middle of moving and stuff. He may eventually be back on. So Munchkin took over.
That's not an issue for me, Creed. I don't speak more than one language. I know how to say a couple things in Spanish, but that's about it.
You know, today would have been a perfect day to fly. I'm kicking myself. I mean, there was no way really because I would have had to get off work and rush up there to fly before sunset. I mean, it's literally still, until we change times, I don't think I'm going to have time enough to fly like on a work day. Now, Saturday and Sunday may be nice.
Feed me anyway.
Feed you? What?
I said I made you come feed me anyway.
Yes, I did. I had to take her out to eat. So we did that.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah, it was like 71, 72 degrees here today. It was nice. Really sunny, clear weather. Perfect day to fly. And I still got to go get new gas because, you know, my gas is fly on lunch. Darn thing, that would be hard to do, man. Because number one, if I got in the air, I wouldn't want to come down. Once you go to fly, you don't want to come back down unless you're running out of gas. Then yeah, you're gonna, or you have a motor out. That's about the only two ways you're gonna want to come down.
Arnie.
Fly to work.
He works from home. What do you mean fly to work?
Yeah, there's no flying to work. There's nowhere to land over there at the office anyway. I would have to land right next to the expressway, and
there is no expressway.
Not expressway,
you have
whatever.
To land over at the airport by the winery and walk.
Yeah, Hello, I'm gonna walk like a mile or two with freaking 70 pounds on my back. Not happening.
March 1st, Scorp. March 1st.
Yep, March.
But Peanut moved. Peanut is in his apartment now.
Go Peanut. Go Peanut.
Let him out.
Waves from the apartment. Look at that. I like that, Peanut.
Free the Peanut.
So what happened with the house was, as far as the new news goes, I had to go home and load up my gear too late. The most expensive thing we don't have is time. Isn't that the truth, Bill? Isn't that the truth? So we had our we did the appraisal and everything. And then we had a home inspection, which went through pretty good. There was a couple things needed fixed. The seller agreed to have those fixed, had those fixed. Then we had an inspection done, and for some reason the inspector...
Then we had the appraisal done.
The appraisal. Okay, the appraisal. My bad. So for some reason, the guy that does the appraisal decided to go in there and not even bother to look or check the smoke detectors.
Apparently blindfolded.
And then the breaker switch for the stove was turned off. I guess the sellers decided, you know, I don't want to leave the stove powered on just in case. That's fine, but the guy that was doing the appraisal didn't. He said the stove wasn't working.
And there were no smoke detectors.
It even says when you open the breaker door that oven or range, you know, it's like click, it works. But no, he didn't do that. So he has to go back out, charge the seller more money to go back out there once the breaker's been flipped. Stupid stuff. But the weird thing about all that is the appraisal came in $5,000 less than what the sellers were selling the house for. So we were in the pickle, like if the seller didn't come down on the price, we weren't going to get the house. Luckily, the seller decided to drop the price of the house and we're getting it $5,000 cheaper, which is great. Doesn't really make that much difference in your payment, but it did, you know, $5,000, $5,000, you know. So
if we ever replace it, we might get that score, but there's no gas appliances in that house. So that might be more.
Yeah, it's electric everything.
Yeah.
Electric stove, electric water heater, electric dryer. Obviously the washer is, but the dryer could have been gas, but it's not. And it's got a heat pump system. So Yeah, because of the stove breaker. That's exactly why, Bill. Now the smoke detectors. I don't know if the guy was just being lazy or what, because I'm pretty sure when we had the inspection,
5 smoke detectors in that house.
Yeah, I'm like, did he even bother to check them? Because you have to reach up and push the button, which is probably too high
He
for
said
him.
they weren't there. He didn't say they were inoperable or the batteries were dead. He said they weren't there. And it's like, did you have your eyes closed?
I mean, y'all can go watch the video on Facebook. If y'all don't see a smoke detector in almost every one of those rooms, I'll kiss your tail, because you can clearly see the smoke detectors. There's one in the living room. There's one in the hallway by the French doors. There's one in the master bedroom. There's one in the other 2 bedrooms. They're everywhere. But he said there was no smoke detectors. It's like, what? Yeah, I would say, if I was the sellers, I'd be like, we ain't paying you nothing, dude.
No, the smoke detectors, that had nothing to do with the value. That's just things that he tells the lender that they need to.
Maybe he was doing it. Hey, Linda.
Here's the thing, Wally, is the seller has to pay for the appraisal reinspection. However, that being said, I am complaining to my loan officer because I think that's bullshit. That they have to pay $150 for a reinspection for nothing. But at the same time, he also explained that the home inspector has to put the house back the way it actually was when they came in, right? So considering the breaker was off when he did the inspection, he turned it on to make sure it worked, and then he turned it back off. He said the appraiser can't mess with anything like that. They're not supposed to go in there and flip breakers and shit like that. So the way I see it is the listing agent knew when the appraiser was going out there, she should have gone out there and flipped that breaker because she knew it was off.
Yeah.
I still think it's stupid, but
it is stupid, but hey,
Yeah.
Let me show you something, or let me show y'all something.
That is literally written into the contract, Dom Long, that all the soap stays.
It is written in the contract. Let me show y'all something I found in my drawer while I was packing stuff away. This might bring back some memories for guys. Look at this. My Vapors Nation ring. And it says Scuba on there. I've had this ring a long time. Still fits.
DeMillan, the listing agent, told our agent when she called her laughing because she put the bars of soap in the contract that she put the soap in there because the house has been empty for a while and she didn't want it to start smelling musty and dusty. I personally disagree with that, but whatever. CDC, that particular city. So the home inspector does the fuses in the electric box.
Yeah, that was an appraisal we're talking about.
The appraiser doesn't. He doesn't look at the junk. That has no bearing on the value. But like almost the entire city of Hampton and all of Poquoson and part of York County is in a flood zone. We're right next to the freaking ocean. So yeah, we got lots of bodies of water.
The house, though, I don't know if you remember or not, CD. The house has been raised like 7 feet. It's well off the ground. So unless we have a hurricane come through there, I think we'll be all right.
Even if we do get a hurricane come in there, if we got 7 feet of floodwaters off of a river inlet, we're all in trouble.
Oh, Tetley wants to know what isn't a good sign. Yeah. Tetley, this is going to trip you out when you see this. All right. Well, it says, well, this isn't a good sign.
Hey, Cherokee.
There you go. That's not a good sign now, is it?
Yeah, the house has been raised and the hole underneath of it, they've turned into a walk-in basement. So pretty much what we're going to do is anything we put down there for storage is going to be up off the ground. So maybe get some pallets to put some things on top of. Well, the homeowner's insurance covers wind and hail. The flood insurance is separate. However, we are assuming their current policy. They were paying $407 a year for flood insurance. we need a little bit more coverage than that, so it might be like $500. Which is not bad at all. And the only reason it's so cheap is because the house has been lifted. And there's if you get 2 feet of water under there, it's not going to touch anything.
Yeah, it's
Because
not
it's
unless I
all
keep
cinder
stuff
block.
on the floor, which
Yeah.
if my paramotor's in the basement, it's not going to be on the floor. I'm going to raise it. It's going to be up on top of something that's
Either on top
about,
of something or hanging from one of the beams under the house.
I could hang it. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to hang that sucker, and it would be completely off the ground. But I don't want it in all that. I don't want it near a bunch of water either. I don't want to
Well,
mildew.
Wally, without if we had to get another elevation certificate, right? The elevation certificate alone is between $400 and $600, which I didn't want to have to pay for. So in order to get decent rates for flood insurance, you have to have the elevation certificate. Without it, it's like $4,000 a year.
You know, I got a sump pump, Cloud. The dehumidifier I had, but I think I threw that away when we moved from Georgia because I was like, when am I ever going to need a dehumidifier?
I've got a dehumidifier in the cart on Amazon, but believe it or not, you would think that basement would have that musty, damp smell. It wasn't damp at all.
It is the first time, especially for me, CDC, buying a house. I've rented my entire life, which sucks, but yeah.
I mean, I've had a house before. I inherited one, and then the other one, technically, it wasn't in my name, even though I'm the one that paid the mortgage for 20 fucking years. But that's a whole nother story.
You have two dehumidifiers. Yeah, the one I had was pretty big, man. It would have definitely covered that basement, but it's gone now, so I'll just have to find something else. Yeah, the Mason is still working fine. I did change the wick in it today because it was starting to get like almost like a dry hit. I think it was just are the basement.
Not really, DeMillan. They're cinder block.
Yeah, they're all cinder block basement.
And I think it's got like 8 vents total, air vents. Yeah.
It's weird. It's got a lot of vents at the top, and then it has 2 on the bottom, way over on the other side. So if the water comes up, I'd say 3 feet, it'll come through that vent. So that's a thing, unless we just block that vent completely off. But I mean, they put them there for a reason.
Well, I think the vents are there for a reason, so the water would flow through and out the other side instead of pooling in the house or putting extra pressure on the actual cinder block. The water actually has somewhere to go.
Have I tried a single coil in the... No, I have not, Cloud Chucker. I mean, unless you count the mesh.
Yeah, Wally.
The mesh is a single coil, but I mean, it's a big coil, so that doesn't really count, does it? Yeah, I really want to get out there and fly again. It's the weather is getting right, like perfect right now to go fly.
For now, it's February. We still got to get through all of February and half of March before it starts to get warm again. This is fall, spring we're in. Don't trust it.
Deuces.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly well ventilated. It doesn't feel, well, it's not technically a basement because it's above ground. So it's more like a elevated crawl space. So yeah.
You know, DeMillan, I was thinking about that today. I'll show y'all what the paint's doing on the
That wasn't really a chip. That looks like you cut it.
Yeah, it's not that bad actually. If you look at the paint.
In summertime, everything's gonna be.
I mean,
musty,
this
clammy,
is a scratch that I did somehow, not sure how, but the very bottom you can see a couple of chips right here on the bottom of the paint. And right here. That's about it though. The sides have been fine as long as you don't scratch it against anything. I mean, there might be a chip right there. It hasn't been that bad. I mean, it's not affecting the device in any way. It still works, but it's still one of those, hey, you know, can they get better paint on one of these things?
Say hi.
Right, the weather's right for cod fishing. Nice, Lappy. That is
Waving.
unacceptable. I hear you, DeMillan.
You can see yourself, can't you? Yeah.
Carolina extract is gone. DeMillan would know more about that than me, Cloud Chucker. She did say something about it. I don't know if Carolina extract still has nicotine or not,
Hi.
or at least where bad news for Carolina. Okay. Yeah, that sucks because they really did have. It was a little bit more expensive, but their nicotine was quality. You could tell that it was good nicotine, no question. I've already used all mine. It's gone. Put a sticker over the scratches.
Night,
Wow, man.
Fist bump.
So I Jade was wanting a Fruit Loop cereal type vape, and I could sit there and break it down to do a Fruit Loop cereal like DeMillan would do, but I'm going to cheat and use something that's already tastes like Fruit Loops, so I don't have to worry with that and
We
and
can't
make it
afford
easy.
California extract anyway. That's just expensive.
Besides, I think really she just wanted to see the process of how you actually make e-juice, which we can do tonight.
Yeah, but they're not watching because they're driving. She's listening.
They can watch. Oh, look at there.
Oh, okay, there she said yes. Okay, so Eric's driving, Jade's watching.
So Jade is watching. Good. So yeah, we're going to make Jade Loops tonight. We're going to call it Jade Loops. Why not? I think though that it'll probably have to be. It's going to have to be tweaked because this is just a off the seat of my pants basic flavor. I'm guessing.
No fun.
But
he said vaping is considered pleasurable in the state of California.
Well, darn,
so of course it's not
Jazzy.
legal.
I think Jade's driving. Oh, okay. Well, Bill, obviously if you have a bunch of 18650 batteries, all right, this is the thing. If you have 18650 batteries that are made for like a laser, don't use those because those are probably 10 amp batteries. You need batteries that are 30 amp or higher in a vape, okay? I could sit here and try and school you on Ohm's law, but you definitely want a higher amp battery because when you're pulling those types of ohms from any device, you don't want 10 amp. It will vent that battery and you'll have basically a little pipe bomb, or it will smoke and catch on fire, and you don't want that. So you want to get a good battery. 18650batterystore.com. They're based in Georgia, where I'm originally from. They ship very quickly and have some really good batteries. Just you don't want anything that's 10 amp. And a good way to tell if your battery has the word fire in it, that's a bad battery. Ultra fire, trust fire, gonna catch on fire, any one of those.
Yeah, those are for flashlights.
Yeah, those are not made for vaping.
So
don't
John
use those.
wants to know what type are the 18650s? What names should they look for?
Molicel.
Yes, LI on wholesale is a good one too.
I use that one. That's a good site, Bill. So the main batteries I have are these right here. I'll show you. So the 18650s, these are Molicel batteries, and you can see it's printed on here, Molicel. So
ain't nobody got time for that.
These are P26As. I don't know what the actual specs is on this one exactly. I'd have to look it up. But these are good. These are 18650s. Then my 21, you can see the 21700 is bigger. Definitely a bigger battery. Interesting fact, if you want to know, 18, the first two digits of any battery number is the millimeter size, how big around this is in millimeters. This is 18 millimeter. The 65 is the length of the battery, okay? 65 is the length of the battery. So the next two digits are the length of the battery. The O, the 0 right here, means it's a circle. So all these numbers actually are for something. The 18650, 18 millimeter diameter, 65 millimeter length, and 0 means it's a circle. So And these 21-700, you're pretty much the same boat. You got 21 millimeter around, 70 in the length, and 0 is the circle. Your daughter would like to go to the gas station.
Okay.
I thought, but you had a car. Oh, okay. She's
just
because the
informing.
kids are here. They'll be fine. They go outside and play by themselves without asking anyway, don't they? So yeah, that's the story behind batteries. All you want to do mainly, especially if you're vaping something that's a mechanical mod, because
sorry, Cloud.
when you're vaping a mechanical mod,
Hi, Angela.
hey Angela,
Deja said no one warned me there would be math.
I didn't give you math.
That's not cheese, hippie. We went out and he had wings, so that is hot sauce.
Oh, do I have hot sauce on my fingers?
Yes.
I had
Your cuticles
mango
are stained with
habanero hot wings tonight. They were actually pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie.
She said she packed up her abacus. Don't make her do math.
So
my camera is all in the wrong spot. How come every time you sit at my computer you move my shit?
Because I'm taller than you are, and when I sit down at your computer to get on the show, it's literally looking down here. I can
understand you changing the angle, but how is it migrated halfway across the top of the screen?
Because it puts me over here like this, so I have to slide the camera over. You like being on the side. I like being in the middle. Just saying.
Excuses.
Well, I've now got the flying bug. Ooh, but rather than yeeting myself in the air, I've bought a drone and love flying that. King Cobra, let me warn you right now. That is how I got started flying paramotors. I also, I have a drone and flew a drone. And you're going to get to the point where you go, I really like flying my drone. But I want to be the one in the air, not the drone. I want to be up there. That's when you'll start flying a paramotor. I'm just telling you, there will be that shift right there when you go, man, I'd like to be doing that. And then next thing you know, you're yeeting yourself in the air.
Significantly cheaper.
It is a gateway, Will. I mean, it is such a gateway. Yes. That's very nice. Yes, that's cool. It's not just I don't know. What did I do first? I think first, as far as I went parasailing was my first thing that I did in the air besides being in a plane. My first experience on a plane was not a good one. It was me, my father, and my uncle in a home-built Cessna airplane. We went up to, I forget how many thousand feet. We were up pretty high. I would say 12,000 feet at least. And, it was homemade. So my dad's sitting there. Now, this is way back. We're talking 70s. Okay. So my dad's sitting there and his door flew open.
Did you say 1970 in a homemade airplane?
Yes.
That seems safe. And Angela, yes, but I cannot wait to miss them.
Oh, my uncle was like, "Oh, it won't even cost you that much. You could build one too." It was like, no, we're good. We're good. So anyway, we go up. I'm in the back seat. So my father's in the co-pilot seat, and then my uncle's flying. And the door opened up, and that'll scare the bejesus out of you, especially because my father didn't have on a seatbelt. So he could have easily foofed out the plane, but he was able to get the door shut. And that was my first experience on a plane, period.
Did he tell your mother?
I think he did. Not to mention the time that I guess my dad had a gun in the car when I was itty bitty. I may have been 6 or 7. And when you think you're in trouble, but your parents were so scared that you didn't get in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
So my dad had a gun under his seat in the car, and I got a hold of that gun and managed to blow a hole in the floorboard of the car. So we pulled over pretty quick, and they were just happy that I didn't shoot myself.
Well, one of them, yeah.
And you know, it was
Hi, Silent.
interesting. But yeah, I blew a hole in the floorboard. So after that, you know, many years went by, and yeah, I don't even know what kind of gun it was, Will, but it was good enough to blow a hole in the floorboard.
See, my dad got in trouble for dangling me off the side of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, why was he dangling you? Michael Jackson with a kid?
I think that's where Michael Jackson got the idea from. Was just dangle the small child over the edge. No, he had me sitting on the rain, or on the what the hell's it called?
Railing?
Railing, yeah.
Okay.
My mom was not appreciative of that. I don't remember it, but I the only thing I remember from Italy is marble floors and pigeons.
So this country's had a gun issue for a long time. Well, there you go, Jazzy. Yeah. So then we went on a cruise down to the Bahamas. Me and the ex went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and you know, they rented jet skis for like $60 an hour. And I was like, you know, I've never ridden a jet ski, but it's cool. And then I saw somebody flying by on a parasail. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And I was in the Bahamas, which the Bahamas, you know, if you've never been there, the water, the deep water is a dark blue. Instead of like when you're in Florida, all the water looks green. The deep water is a dark blue, and anywhere near the shore is crystal clear. You can see all the way through to the bottom, all the fish, everything. So they hooked us up. They hooked me up by myself. I got on the parasail, pulled me up in the air. Everything was great. Then they love taking you way up in the sky, and then we're going around the islands down there. I'm hooked to a boat, flying around the islands. Then they like to bring you down and dip you into the water by the sharks for some damn reason. And I'm like, no, take me back up. Freaking sharks. So, but yeah, that was I think what really got me about that is it was such a quiet, beautiful flight. You know, I don't like heights that much, but hey,
no,
Silent.
But if you put on a body cam, I will definitely watch it.
So I just let's stream it in Area 50. You want to try to sneak in Area 51?
Hippie wants to know if you're gonna mix a recipe or what.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. We are Hippie. I'm sorry. I'm getting way. I'll try and speed up my story. What was I talking about?
I don't remember. Oh, dipping you in the sharks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did the parasailing, got that over with. Next thing, I turned 40 years old. A buddy of mine suggested, "Hey, man, you want to go hang gliding?" And I didn't think too much about it, but I said, "Sure." So went hang gliding, and they had two prices. They had one price for 2,000 feet, which gave you about 5 minutes flight time, and then you land.
South Park.
And then for another $50 or so was 5,000 feet. I said, hell, if I'm going to crash, take me higher. So I did the 5,000 feet. So they basically tow you with an ultralight up to the 5,000 feet, and then they release you. And there was a guy that was piloting the hang glider the whole way up. And as soon as we got released, he handed me the controls and said, you fly it. And he let me fly it all the way down and land it, which that was pretty damn cool. Then I had the bug. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start flying hang gliders, but I didn't want to have to load up a hang glider on my truck and drive to the mountains every time I wanted to go flying. So paramotoring was the next best thing, and it was even better because you didn't have to come down at the mercy of the wind. You could stay up because you got a motor on your back. So that's what I want to do, and that's where I'm at. All right, let's make this juice.
Okay.
Let's go over the building camp. So when you're making juice, especially if you're going to do it by weight, you want to have a good scale. Now, DeMillan has the same scale. I enjoy this scale a lot. DeMillan knows the exact numbers that you should get when you get these scales. It's got to be a pretty precise scale. So you don't want just like some run of the mill scale. It has to be able to measure stuff exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bottle here that's been washed out a lot. And the first thing you want to do is set the bottle on your scale. And I know y'all can't see this number very well. It's showing 11.72 grams right now. And I'm going to tear this out. So now it's at 0. So there we go. Now this is the recipe we're going to make, which is just I'm sorry, I did not add my microphone to that scene. My bad. What I was saying
I would
was,
like you to back your camera up a little bit if you can.
I will try. Let me see if I can. I just clicked the wrong thing.
So you got him pressing buttons. Now he's gonna break shit.
Nah. Wow, that's as far back as the camera goes. All right, hold on, I'll fix it. The only way I can make it go higher is if I set this on top of something. Let me try that. How about that? Can y'all see it better now?
Yeah.
Trying to get it.
Hold the scale closer to you.
It should be fine now. There's my phone. Y'all can see that it says 0.00 right now. That's what we're trying to get. Why is my...
It causes popcorn lung silent. That's the biggest one as far as I'm concerned. Well, that and it's a gateway to smoking. So yeah, those were two probably the biggest ones.
Will you make me an extra 6 milligram? Well, Dustin, what I'm gonna do first is vaping causes cancer. DeMillan, what are you talking about?
Silent asked, "What's the biggest myth about vaping?"
Oh.
He said that vaping causes cancer. I said that it's a gateway to smoking and that it causes popcorn.
Oh yeah, and don't believe that bullcrap commercial they got about you vaping all kinds of metal into your lungs.
Yeah, that's only if you vape.
Yeah, if you vape with no juice on it at all. Yeah.
Dry ass wick, which you're only gonna do that once.
So, as far as that flavoring thing goes, let me I gotta bring up that webpage so I can see how much to put in there. Let me do it this way. Because I try to do it by using the webpage, but it doesn't really show what I wanted it to, so that sucked. Okay, there it is. Okay, now we're back on it. So, the dairy milk is telling me to use, and I only told it that I'm going to make 100 milliliters, okay, instead of 126, which is what this bottle is. I'm just not going to fill it to the top. All right, so that should bring it down. Silent? What is my biggest dream? Silent, I would say my biggest dream was to go flying, like in the air, like Superman, and that happened for me. So, I mean, besides owning my own home, that's great too.
And me, I'm just.
I don't think you ever stop dreaming. If you stop dreaming, what are you gonna do? What?
And me, just saying, maybe.
And you? Munchkin said she's my biggest dream too.
Yeah. Don't make me come down there, sir.
Why is there it goes. My YouTube stream was messing up. All right. Now, the reason that these numbers are bouncing around is because I have a fan blowing on it. Fans and scales don't mix well, so let me turn the fan up a little bit. Hopefully that stops it from doing that. zero it out again, and hopefully
my biggest dream is having clean hand towels.
living the dream now. Isn't that the truth?
Still be in my kitchen when I wake up in the morning and not covered in spaghetti
So,
sauce.
right here we have the dairy milk flavor. This is just Flavor Art dairy milk flavor. I have a 4-ounce bottle of that. I have a 4-ounce bottle of Fruit Circles flavor right here.
Here's a question for DeMillan that I always wondered. How long do the flavorings last, DeMillan?
And this is Nicotine River Marshmallow. I think the flavoring can last a very long time depending on what you're doing.
No, but you may have heard people saying that, inhaling the water is going to give you pneumonia. Unless you get pneumonia by taking a shower regularly, you're not inhaling any more moisture than you would if you went out on a foggy day. That's ridiculous.
I have a whole giant bag of new needles and syringes right here, just so y'all know. I'm going to be using.
Where'd you find those?
Hey, wouldn't you know? They're available. So these
that's not what I asked you. I said, where'd you find those? Because I've been using the same damn needle tip, just switching it from syringe to syringe.
Those are not Flavor Art. Oh, Flavor Apprentice. My bad. I need to Flavor Art, Flavor Apprentice, same damn thing. So those are Flavor Apprentice flavors. Is that better?
Because some of ours are pretty old. Not 10 years old. Well, shit, they might be 10 years old.
They're pretty old.
Damn, time flies.
So what do I need on the, let's just put the milk in there first. The milk, I only need 2 grams. So it's not going to be a heck of a lot in here.
Excuse me. Jesus.
So what I'll do is I'll get this particular syringe.
Night silent.
And pull some up into this syringe. I usually go a little bit over 2 milliliters because that's going to equal out. So we need to get this up to 2.0. We'll see how close we can get. Oh, that my hand's in the way. My bad. And if it goes over a little bit, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it depends on what flavor you go over on. Some of them are way more forgiving than others.
Okay, that is at 2. It's 1.99, 2.01. That's just the wind blowing on it. Now I'm going to grab another syringe and I'm going to use this one for the Fruit Circle. How about that? Because it's going to be the one that takes the most because it's using the most percentage. So the Fruit Circle is 5. So 5 milliliters of it. So I got to put 5. So what you're going to do is on your, if I can see the screen, there we go. What you're going to do is you're going to tear this out, which brings everything back to 0. And you take your fruit, make sure you shake up your flavorings every time. This is strong stuff too, by the way. I go a little past 5 just to make sure I got enough. I'll go up to about 6. And now we're gonna put 5 of this in here.
DeMillan, your skin would crawl. Now with the Fruit Circles he's using, yes, I would use a different syringe for that, just because that flavor is gonna stick to everything. But like when I'm making Nilla nuts, I use the same damn syringe. But I always do my nicotine last. That way I don't end up putting.
Well, I'm going to skip the nicotine in this demonstration just because it's nicotine.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So that got that full. Now all we have to do is now add some marshmallow. And the marshmallow cringing. Marshmallow's only
she's
one.
Cringing at what I said, but I mean, the cross contamination of vanilla bean ice cream, hazelnut, and vanilla custard I'm not really too much. I'm not too worried about this. I also don't do what he does and over suck it up in the syringe and squirt it back into the bottle. Holy shit, is that Holy? Holy said he don't need no damn syringe. He just dumps 17 grams of menthol in there and fills it up.
I'm going to show you that
How
trick
you
in
doing,
just
Holy?
a second, Holy. So now we're going up to 1. There's very little in here as far as that goes. And these are going to have to be tweaked for sure.
He's too cool.
There we go. That one's done too. So, and you see it went to 1.03 right there. So, and then what you can do is take your syringes, go clean them out, especially the one that you're going to put nicotine in, because the nicotine is going to really jack up those syringes. So now, you can look and see how much it tells you the VG to put in there, which I did this max VG. It's saying 88.27, but we're not putting the full, we're only doing 100. So, well, actually, I did set it to that. So, 88.27 should be about right. I'm just going to take the whole bottle. Well, actually, I brought a big syringe.
I don't use a syringe for the VG.
The VG, I may have to do kind of.
No, just pour it. Prop your elbow up on your desk.
All right, here we go. We're going to give this a shot. Here's the VG. I do use essential. I'll show you all the VG here in a second.
Yeah, prop your elbow up. That way your arm doesn't shake, and use one arm to the other arm to tip it.
I'm doing it.
Don't spill it.
$75.
Will said, "Boo."
I know, right, Will? Yeah, you could easily spill this.
You know, with that size bottle, though, you don't really need a funnel as long as you're steady. I actually managed to pour it into like a little 60 ml bottle, and
y'all got to give me some credit right there. I didn't spill a single drop.
Good job, babe. Not a single drop. I'm impressed. I think everybody was counting on you spilling it.
So,
Dyer thinks that that's like 90 seconds of uninterrupted finding the hole. Right? Speed would be so proud of you, dear.
So this is the VG I usually get. You can buy this off of Amazon. This is a full gallon of VG, and this is a food grade, kosher, non-GMO. This is palm based, which you can see right there, palm derived. This is the VG I prefer, is palm derived. You may not want the palm derived VG. Maybe you want the, what is it? Soy is the other one, I think. But I like the palm derived. So, so now what you have to do is shake this, shake, 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 shake. I don't have a demyelinator, so it's kind of hard. I need a demyelinator.
Well, why you say that?
Palm derived is bad for me. Why? Yeah, why is palm derived bad? From palm trees? I'm going to use palm derived.
It's sweeter. I like that. Yeah.
Palm is sweeter. That's the reason I like it. You did not read about it. I'm scared to read anything online because I don't trust what it says. You make shakers. How do you make shakers, Creed? Shake, 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 shake. I do have an ultrasonic I could put it in. The main thing I'm worried about is how's this going to taste?
Mainly with the coils.
Is it going to taste like Fruit Loops? You know, that's the main thing. I got the milk in there. I got the marshmallow and the Fruit Loops. Woo! That seems really strong. I mean, really strong. Holy moly. I may have to put more VG in here to fill this bottle up some more because damn, that's strong. All right, I'm going to do it. I don't care what the recipe said. I'm putting more VG in here to bring this because it's not that can't be 100 milliliters. It's something ain't right.
Creed says it's a fucking machine that shakes the juice bottle.
There we go. I did not spill a drop once again.
And see, DeMillan, I heard from somebody a long time ago, and I don't even remember who it was, that putting a little bit of raspberry in there will counteract that citrus and smooth it out.
Yeah, that
I've
first
never tried it though. I don't have
that first
raspberry.
little bit I just tried was way too strong. Let's try that again.
No, we don't. I don't add PG. All mine are max PG. I don't add.
That's
PG to
better. That is definitely better, but it's still a little strong. I'm gonna have to try this on a RDA or something. So.
Well, that's not a full bottle of VG there, King Cobra. we've been on that for a while. So.
Yeah, that VG is old, man. We've had that for a minute. You thought max VG? Where you get
only the PG that's in your flavorings. It's not additional PG added.
Yeah, you're getting some PG from the flavorings. So go back to the build cam. I'm gonna take this RDA and we're gonna load it up and put that juice in there.
Now our nicotine is PG based. You don't necessarily. I know Roger does, but I wouldn't get VG based nicotine simply because you could end up with too many hot spots because the VG is so thick, and the nicotine and VG would separate. So I prefer VG or PG based nicotine because it's way easier to shake and mix and make sure that it's even.
Yeah. With VG nicotine, it separates and sits on top of it, and that can be very dangerous if you don't get it shook up well enough.
Yeah, Roger's got some contraption in his basement that he sticks his nicotine on, and it spins it and shakes it and rolls it and twists it for 10, 15 so minutes before he uses it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to take these coils and run them under the sink because they that atomizer hasn't been used in a while, Kevin. My bad. It'll look clean in just a minute. I'm gonna clean it right up for you. Go back to the main camera.
Watch that thing.
Watch that thing. I'm gonna watch.
Hippie, you must not have been here last week when he redid mine. Damn. Okay, Bill. Yeah, dire thing. That's what you add when you need to thin it out. I don't ever leave. I'm not usually outside with mine long enough, or let it sit enough to get cold where it won't wick right. PG. It burns my lungs after about a half an hour. It hurts,
No,
so I don't.
When it turns to ice, it expands.
I don't add
so
extra PG.
Up higher, so don't fill it all the way to the top. All right, so this is going to be on the mini Asgard.
It depends on how much you vape, Will. Like mine probably needs to be. It should probably be re-wicked once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Some people could get away with it once every 3 weeks. Slappy says 6 months. I mean, our friend Aries is still using his coils. What did you say? They were a year old?
A year or 2 years.
Depending on
He's
how
had them a
you
long
clean
time.
your coils, right? So, like, to clean them, you take the wicks out and you can get them really hot to where they're glowing, and then you zap them under some cold water. That's not good for the metal, though, because it tends to make it crack and it pits. And then you end up with all the sweetener from your juice gets in those nooks and crannies, and it gets dirty faster, and it starts to taste like pennies, and it's gross. So I just make him do mine. Use hot water. Yeah, I whatever water comes out of the faucet at whatever temperature it is what I use.
At whatever temperature.
Yep. If it's hot water, it's hot water. Cold water is cold water. But from what I understand, it's just the shock of getting superheated coils wet.
So now
cause that metal to pit.
Now we're going to take a sheet of Muji cotton, and we're going to use that to wick this up with. I have a Creed build stand. I found the Creed build stand that I've been looking for. Got a couple pieces.
Not at all, Slappy. I don't think they'd mind. Depends on what kind of tip we're talking about, though.
Just the tip. I think it's funny that Will's thing is called Just the Tip, and we used to have a website that we would go buy drip tips from called Just the Tip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Well, you would know.
I don't know if they're still in business, the Just the Tip place, but
that was Kia's company, right?
I don't know if it was Kia that owned it or just supported it, you know. I don't know.
Right, Wally.
I think Kia just knew them really good, you know, and got sponsored by them multiple times.
Oh, it's Kia's friend. Oh, okay.
That makes more sense.
I've got several Just the Tip tips.
Okay, there we go.
And they'll just blip, blip. Yeah, that's a good idea, King Cobra.
I'll take all the rest of this. It's going to get chunked. I'm going to take right here where it's been smushed down from cutting it. I'm going to strip that out. Deweese. There we go. Get this all stripped out of here. And all this does is make sure that all my cotton is lined up and is nice and fluffy so that it can soak up the juice well. And hopefully this juice tastes good, because if I vape it and it's bad, you know, it's a beta. I just made this without even looking at any recipes or anything. I was just like,
I would imagine that'll probably taste better after it steeps for a while.
Yeah, anything fruit related like that, you pretty much got to let it steep. So we're going to try it fresh, but
so far so good, Deweese.
I'm not expecting really outstanding flavor from this, since it's brand new juice and it has no nicotine in there, which that's going to change the flavor of it some.
I really want to start taking stuff over to the house and just like...
We can't take stuff over there yet.
I know, but I want to.
It'd be nice to be able to take stuff over there and be like, hey, we can make some more room. But no, we can't take stuff over there yet.
Yes, Jade Loops.
So what I'm doing now is basically breaking in this cotton.
Yeah, Deweese's name is kind of a cut and paste name. That's a lot to type. That's her website, though, paramotorwoman.com.
That is it. Yeah, if y'all ever have trouble finding the show, you can go to paramotordude.com. It'll bring you right to this YouTube channel.
March 1st, CDC. But we have the entire month of March to move because the lease here isn't up until the end of March. So we've got all month to move, get this place professionally cleaned, which my daughter's friend from high school has a cleaning company, so I'm just going to pay her to come in and clean it. I do want to ask the property manager, considering these Berber carpets were used when I got here and I've been here since 2016, are they planning on replacing them? Because if they are, I'm not going to waste my money having them professionally cleaned if they're just going to rip them the fuck out.
That's good to know.
Yeah. As of right now, the plan is they're going to go stay with Patrick's mother. but they're also trying to find something else in that suits them. That's not in the ghetto, so where they can hang out and stay. They did find a house for rent, but it was a guy turned a house into a duplex. So it's not technically a duplex. It's basically half of a house. So it's super, super small. And, like he's got, well, you can't have like kids' toys leaving in the backyard. And it's like, if I'm renting a fucking house, what do you mean I can't leave the kids' toys in the backyard? So, it's not ideal. Yeah, well, in CDC, these aren't even good carpets. It's this shitty Berber carpets, the kind that you run over a run with your vacuum cleaner and half your fucking rug unravels. So they're not even good Berber. Hippie says, so how does it taste?
This is okay. I would definitely. This is not one I would say, hey, run out there and make this. It's okay. I really think this needs some steeping time. The Fruit Loops part is there, but it's really subtle, which is weird because when I first tried it, it was way too strong. So now I've gotten it down, but I may
Not
have
when
went
you not
too
when
much.
you rent a house, Slappy. That's ridiculous. If I'm renting the house, I should be able to put whatever I want in the backyard, as long as it doesn't violate any zoning or city codes.
Basically, Scott, this is like a Fruit Loops with some marshmallow and milk mixed in with it. Since it's like a cereal, I figure I'd throw some milk in there and some marshmallows. I don't know if the marshmallow's giving it a weird flavor or what, or my flavoring's just so damn old. That is old flavoring. I wish it had a date marked on this thing.
Well, the
somewhere.
marshmallow I got from Heartland Vapes. Was it? No, that's not Heartland. I got the marshmallow a long time ago.
I mean, it's okay. It's hard to explain. It's definitely
Under
not
the bed
like,
cloud.
oh my god, that's so good. It doesn't taste terrible though. It's just not.
Yeah, it's a
really
house,
good.
Slappy. He took a normal, everyday suburban house and turned it into a duplex. And when I say he turned it into a duplex, all I mean is he's like, okay, you're renting out this half of the house. It's not, yeah.
Munchkin
It
and
is
Scuba's
not
truck
a legal duplex.
at day of closing. Does he have a picture he's going to show us? I'm just wondering.
Probably looks like a Sanford and Son truck, shit piled 10 feet high.
I don't doubt that. That is going to happen. A lot of the stuff, especially the breakable stuff, or like the computer, laptop stuff like that, is going to go in the car, not on a moving truck.
Yeah, we'll just care. I mean, it's
even the paramotor. I don't have to put on the moving truck. I can literally put that in the back of the truck if I break it down. So I don't know. I don't want to. We're gonna move the other stuff
Slappy.
first. Anyway, I don't want to move like electrical stuff until we're going to be staying there. Beds have to be in there and window coverings and stuff like that.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes from here, Eric. It's not that big a drive or anything.
No.
It is not bigger than the rental CDC.
This townhouse is 1,700 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and a half bath.
Yep.
However.
And a deck and a garage.
Yeah. The deck is like falling apart, and it's on a ravine, so there's no yard. And there's a shit ton of mosquitoes back there. It's got funky Berber carpet. The cabinets are all warped and bowed from water damage from previous tenants. The air conditioner, I'm pretty sure, is the original unit from when the place was built in the 80s.
It is. It has
our
to
electric bill in the summertime, I'm not joking, our electric bill is $600 in the summer for air conditioning, trying to keep this place not 80 degrees.
Have we figured out window coverings?
Yeah, right here. The ones currently hanging in this house. I'm going to wash them and take them over to the other house and hang them up.
Well, some of the windows can get covered like that, but the ones that are small, and especially the French doors, those need blinds. Well, not especially the French doors, but I'd like blinds there.
The French doors, we can put curtains and just buy tiebacks. And you screw the tiebacks into the wall. And when you want to let light in, you push the curtains behind the tiebacks and boom, you're done. I'm not spending money on mini blinds. So right now we have, this is a single panel. The window over there is a double panel. So those are, I basically have curtains for 3 windows right there. Downstairs I have 2 double panels. But there's no double windows in that house. So
I don't think I could load my truck up that much, Cherokee, but yeah, it looks good.
yeah, that is right there. That is the picture I thought he was gonna post.
Housewarming party in August. Hey, if you want one in August, we can do it, Eric.
Why are y'all going to North Carolina at the height of terrorist season when it's the hottest it's going to be in North Carolina? It's just hot. It's hot.
It will be hot in
It's
North
hot
Carolina.
and muggy.
It'll be
in
hot
August.
anywhere in August, really.
Yeah. Look, I'm just getting lightheaded just thinking about how hot it's going to be in August. Go kiteboard. Okay, well I guess that makes sense. It's just so damn hot. I don't handle heat well. I don't like it.
This is not bad.
What's wrong with French doors, John Q?
The good thing about this juice is the Fruit Loops part is not overpowering. It's very subtle. So I don't know if it's going to mature more as it steeps or it's going to go down. If it goes down, that would suck. So we'll just have to see how well this steeps out. By next week, I'll know, because then it'll have a good week steep in.
I like that, Slappy.
But it's not bad. I mean, I can sit here and vape it. I'm doing it now. It's not bad.
Yeah, see, it'll be in the hundreds here in August with like 90% humidity. Like walking outside is like getting hit in the face with a hot, wet wool blanket that takes your breath away.
110 in Idaho. Goodness gracious. We don't need no hundreds anymore. That's too hot. I wouldn't even enjoy. Actually, I'd enjoy flying when it's 110. If I can get up to about 3,000 to 5,000 feet where it's much cooler.
I don't enjoy anything when it's 110 except air conditioning.
That's almost free air conditioning when you're up that high. It's nice and cool once you get high.
Yeah, right? Just squirt flavoring into the air and inhale.
Hopefully our lake will be thawed in August. I would think so, Eric. If it doesn't thaw about August, something ain't right, man.
Right.
Global warming. Oh, hell. This is not bad. Jade Loops could probably use some tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's okay. More mixing. Well, I didn't plan on mixing all kinds of stuff, Tetley, tonight. I mean,
that would involve a lot of research to try to figure out what we could make with our flavorings, because we didn't add in the last batch that we bought onto e-juice recipes, so we didn't add them to the stash. And I keep forgetting to take the ones out that we've run out of.
I think so, Eric.
I don't know, Eric. We'll have to see about that.
You will get on there and like it. I'm pretty sure. Jade gets on there with Eric.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's his wife, but still.
Well, I don't think he's going to be like, screw it. I don't mind if I kill her. I'm not married to her. I don't think he would be any less careful with me. See, Jade says she don't like it.
Jade, you hush.
See, Slappy, and you cursed me with those damn estate sales. I've been trying not to look, but like a lot of those places have like all the the big plastic shelving units and shit like that. They're like $10. Come take them. I want to go look at those estate sales for stuff like that once we close on the house. That way we can buy some of those things, because those would be perfect down in the basement to put stuff up on, and they're plastic. So if it floods, they're not going to get damaged. They're plastic. We just hose them off.
You know, you bring up a good point about being a control freak. Munchkin is a control freak as far as driving goes, because she's like the one, she don't like to ride passenger, but I don't think she would be that way flying, because she'd be like, well, I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah, let him fly. She didn't complain on the airplane. Hey, I want to fly the airplane. So I think you'll be fine.
No, I would prefer that the pilot flies the airplane. I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So that's the way it would be on a tandem flight.
I'm not a control freak. I just think people should do it the correct way. If that just so happens to be my way,
I'll give her the controls and let her drive.
No.
See, that tells me what I need to know. She's like, no, I don't need the controls. I don't need the controls.
I'm not a screamer, Deweese. I'll probably be very, 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 very quiet. Yeah.
See, that's what I was trying to tell her, Jade. It's hard to show even you guys when you watch all these videos from YouTube and stuff, and you see these people flying paramotors.
Joint tenants, DeMillan.
It kind of gives you an idea of what we see, but it's not the same thing as doing it yourself. Tenants in common. Oh, no. DeMillan's getting down to the nitty gritty.
Joint tenants. Oh, and you didn't even tell them the other news.
Yes, let me tell y'all the other news. The divorce paperwork has been filed. Honestly, the judge, it would already be done right now, but he was missing one form that said could not be a photocopy.
Technically, he had the form, but they changed the rules. Now, last time when I filed my paperwork, it was a form that you downloaded, right? Mm-hmm. So I have the forms on the original paper. It's not 8.5 by 11. It's a weird size. Well, I wanted to type the information on there because my handwriting sucks. I look like I'm being attacked by bees when I try to write. So I figured I could type it on a PDF and then just have him sign it. Well, now they want the actual vital statistics form on the normal size with the little holes in the side instead of a letter size piece of paper. So I have the form. They actually called him on his cell phone and said that the judges got the paperwork, but we need you to redo this form. So she's going to mail him the correct form to fill out and send back. So we're just waiting for that to show up. Well, you got to ask him about that, Cloud Chucker, because ain't nobody asked me yet. So. You ain't got time for that? Yeah, nobody's got time to die. The puddle of red hair. There's a little bit of gray in there. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool, because when I filed my paperwork, they called me and they're like, hey, Steve Deweese. When I filed my paperwork, they told me I was missing a form. So he was surprised that they called him, though, and then offered to mail him the form to fill out and send back. He says Georgia wouldn't have done that. They would have just ignored the paperwork. You know what? These are like from power surges, so I don't know what sparklers. Yeah, I don't think he's back yet. Oh, that's done, DeMillan. He filed a judgment, and whatever.
Oh my God.
What?
I thought, well, this is the last can of Coke. I'm going to make this a little
Pepper?
strong. I didn't mean to make it that strong.
Oh, okay. Cloud Chucker had a question for you.
Yeah, I see that. That's not really, it doesn't have a question mark. Y'all mind your business. I'm trying to get one thing handled at a time, okay? Y'all are planning my life.
Why do you only get to handle one thing at a time where I've got to juggle like 8 things? You didn't even handle the other paperwork. I did it. All you had to do was text her and say, it's coming, and sign your name.
Isn't that easy? Your daughter is saying all lies, all lies. She handed me a flagpole holder and asked me, was it a bottle opener? Because you just said all lies. I'm just trying to, balance it out.
She was born blonde, I'm just saying.
Ooh, that's strong. That's liquor.
Lord, that's liquor.
That is so liquor. So yeah, I think that this version of Fruit Loops, even the way that I made it back in the day, was individual. You had to use bergamot and each individual, like strawberry, orange, lemon. You had to use all the flavors of Fruit Loops to make it. And I don't have that recipe anymore because everything got lost on that hard drive, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right, Breeze. I'm like the ultimate project manager that also does the project. No, he doesn't mix juice for me. I mix my own. He does coils and rewicking.
I have made her juice before, but she does a fine job at making it herself. And don't you think she'd feel better about it if she made it herself? There's no one to blame but herself then. I think so.
No, I don't think I've ever. Okay.
I think it's better that way. That way, if something's wrong with it.
Don't you think your dinner would taste better if you made it yourself?
Ooh. Is that a Valkyrie? I can't even see what kind of bike that is.
I'm sure he'll have
that's a Harley Davidson. Is that a Harley Davidson? I can't even see.
By August, Jade. Excuse me. Dyer said Dyer thing says not having someone to blame takes most of the fun out of it.
I will shave. I will shave. No, I will save you some Fruit Loops, some Jade Loops. You should have called it Jade Loops, and then I wouldn't have had this issue right now. I'm not shaving nothing. I know where you can get pre-mixed. Oh, I did not. You know what? I didn't even know you had hula fruits, Jen. And Bulldog Java.
I'm pretty sure I got a bottle of the concentrate over there.
Okay, this is the thing, Jen. Jade wanted me to make a Fruit Loops juice. And if I was making it, obviously I couldn't just buy some pre-concentrate from you and do it, because then she wouldn't know how to make the juice. So that's why I did it this way. Not saying it's better by any means, for sure. I'm sure it's not, but there you go. That's why I made it.
Excuses.
I got all the excuses. Did you see? Oh, you haven't seen. David sent me a video today of their little lanai.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty nice. I got to admit, he said most of the lighting and stuff came from Amazon Vine, which is great because you get the stuff for free. But damn, he's got a crap ton of lights out. I thought I put a lot of lights on mine when I put up my tent thing.
She doesn't vape, so she just wanted to see how it's done.
Yes, she doesn't vape at all.
You didn't miss too much, Bill.
So, yeah, I saw Bill was flying with who the heck was Bill flying with? I saw that and I was like, that's pretty cool. No, it was I know who it was. It was Geriatric PPG, which is John Wayne. He was flying with Sean. Simon's down there. I couldn't remember. I'm losing track of my mind right now. And Bill was going to make me a video where I could see him flaring. You know what would work, Bill? This is what would help me. If you can't film your actual arms when you go to flare, just say it, because we can still hear you even though you don't talk in your videos. When you go to flare, just say flare, like flare 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Then I'll know when you start flaring, so I can get an idea of how high off the ground you are, because everybody's perception of the ground is different. Even if you're looking out on the horizon, there's a point when you're coming into land that all of a sudden you start to smooth out and the ground starts rushing towards you. And I'm looking ahead, but it's like, because I'm tall, so the ground comes up quick for me. So I'm like already trying to hit the brakes, and I'm like, damn, I'm already in. I don't want to hit them too quick.
Because everybody has told you not to flare too soon, or you'll lift up and then drop.
Right.
So I think you're overthinking it. Instead of you doing it when it feels natural to you, you're like, oh no shit, that's too soon, and then you end up just fucking.
Yeah, I need to try and do it slower. Well, I did do it slower one of them times and kind of almost ballooned, but I don't know if that was the first one or the second one. The third one definitely not, because I was coming in slow. That's the part that takes experience. And Bill, I couldn't agree more. I think that's going to be more of a feel, especially depending on the wing, to where your wing actually starts to flare, then you know. So the main thing I want to do the next time I fly is let my trims out a little bit. They've been all the way in, so I'm coming in at like 2 miles an hour. So I have no flare authority whatsoever.
So this is for Jade, all right? So Higgy in here has a website. Most of the flavors of vape juice that you can get, they roast beans in. So you can actually get
coffee, yes.
Coffee beans, Nilla Nuts flavored. Or for iced coffee, it was Aries Ram, which is like a blue Slurpee with a little bit of watermelon in it. Yeah,
yes,
so
Jade.
You can get coffee roasted in the flavorings. And I've gotten some of her flavorings with no nicotine in them and just put them straight in my coffee. As, you know, like you would like a caramel syrup or whatever in your coffee. You can do that with those too. Yeah,
yes.
And not only do they sell whole beans, they also sell pods for those.
How do y'all not know this? Cloud Illusion's like, what? Nilla Nuts Coffee? Yes, Nilla Nuts Coffee. They have it.
Deja's been gone for a while.
Oh, Deja, that's right. Yes. We should be calling it Deja Vu. That's Deja Vu. Cloud Illusions is Deja Vu. And yes, Higgy Cigs has Nilla Nuts Coffee. Or there you go. There's a link. You could post a real link, Higgy. It will let you do that if you put the HTTP thing in there. Then it's clickable.
Yeah, I tried to go to higgybean.com and got a privacy error. Is your certificate?
Let me try.
Valid?
Let's see if I got that right. Looks right. There we go. There you go. Okay, Higgy posted it. I posted it. You can go there, check out what they got.
Mm-hmm.
You're not already on there, so you won't be able to see everything like we can, but you can see the coffee and stuff, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I said they.
What did Jen call their Fruit Loops? Hula fruits. Okay. Hula fruits. The Nilla coffee is bloody amazing. Yeah, that Nilla Nuts coffee they got is really good, especially because David hooked me up with, he French pressed some of that. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I didn't even put sweetener in there. It was that good. It was freaking off the chain.
Their pumpkin spice coffee was the shit.
Yes.
It was good. It's good stuff.
So yeah, they got some good coffee over there, and they get like different bean strains and stuff for coffee too, depending on what's around.
Yeah,
Oh no, Jen.
Some are better for
Steak
like
flavor?
iced coffee.
Really, Eric? Eric
I
wants
mean,
steak flavored coffee.
I'm sure you could. They don't see. That's one thing that they don't have is the weird flavors. But there is a website called shit. Well, I said it the other day that they sent me an email. Who was the one that made the crab juice and ashtray and?
I know.
Can't remember, but you can buy ashtray vape juice and crab
Their
juice.
novelty, is
And
it noveltyflavors.com or something like that?
no, but that's what they have. They have. You can get dill pickle. They've got bacon.
Ooh, that crab juice is terrible. Or dirty ashtray. Oh my God. That's juice you definitely don't want to vape. Oh, that tastes so bad. How did they come up with dirty ashtray? Because it is like spot on the money. Like
Somebody
you took an ashtray
after vaping for a couple of years.
Yeah, an ashtray that somebody poured water in and you just drank that. Oh, I can't. I can't even think. It was terrible, terrible. We vaped all those nasty juices back in the day. How many nasty juices? Let's try them all. They were terrible.
I'll find it.
It's steak rub. I thought it was coffee. He found steak rub on there. I was like,
okay, yeah, they do have steak rub.
Yeah, they have steak rub. Did someone vape hot sauce? I don't doubt it, Scott, because people were vaping all kinds of stuff.
It's e-cig blend flavors. Yeah, e-cig blend. They got all the weird shit.
You know what I did see? Because Eric was asking me about when that meet was. Because we got Spring Wing that comes up in May, and then Soar the Shore is always in September. And they don't, like, a lot of these fly-ins charge money, which I understand. A lot of these events are sponsored events. It costs money for booths and camping and all that stuff. I completely understand that. Spring Wing's not like that, or Soar the Shore. It's completely free, but they only ask that you bring, like, you either bring your own food or bring something to contribute. Like, they said a couple of pieces of firewood for the fire. I'm like, a couple? Like 2 pieces of firewood? We got a whole shed full. I'm like, here, y'all want some firewood? There you go.
Somebody asked earlier if we were planning on going to any vape conventions this year. I don't even know that they're having any. I haven't heard of any this year.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I would love to go to another one, but I haven't heard of them having any.
I have pistachio. It can be done. Pistachio. I like pistachios.
We have water in my trunk.
Yeah, Jen, don't remind me about the old days, because I wish we were still in the old days. Everything just went so smooth back then, man. You didn't have to worry about shipping and ban this, ban that.
Chris Johnson, the guy that works with Mike at Zen, right? Posted a group buy.
Oh, you like that memory? I know, right, Jen? I posted that and I was like, damn, that's old school right there.
Did you hear me?
What? No.
Somebody posted a group buy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know how long it's been since I've seen a post on Facebook of it's a group buy, who wants in?
Yeah, that was back in the day. We would all join in for a group buy and then have to wait like 6 or 7 months to get whatever product it was. It was like, oh my God, how long is this gonna take? It was a long wait.
You're not stopping until Munchkin says yes to a tandem. Well, we still got a couple of months. You let me know when you're on your way to the East Coast, and I'll make a decision.
I will say this, Jen's saying you can get a bag of K-Cups. If you have a French press, get the bag of coffee and French press that coffee. It is absolutely outstanding like that. It's really good.
Is that in the U.S. though, Mowgli?
The Hall of Vape. Isn't that Canada or something? I ain't trying to cross the border. I thought the Hall of Vape was in Canada. Germany?
Germany, yes.
Yeah,
Stuttgart, Germany.
We're not gonna be doing Germany trips.
What's that?
No, we got to go to Georgia in April.
What?
So between taking time off
This is
for
Blue
a
Raz Lemonade.
funeral in April and then moving time, I'm not gonna have too much.
That's all David does is Nillinette's French press. You know what, Jen? I don't blame him because it's freaking delicious.
Mm-hmm. I used to do nothing but French press, but
Where are you buying?
I ain't got time for that.
That came from right there, next to Dunkin' Donuts. The dude was like, he was asking us, which one should you try? Should I try this one or the Blue Raz Lemonade? I was like, oh, the lemonade. And then he tried it. He was like, oh my God. And then he let me try it. And I was like, yeah, I want one of those. He's like, I know, right?
He let me open stuff and try it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where it came from.
What milligram is that?
The guy's name was Ricky.
I don't even know. I'd probably dispose of the box. It's probably the 0.5%, so it's 50 milligram. I'm guessing.
Okay, see, you said the same thing my boss did. He didn't say anything to me until afterwards when I mentioned it, when I reminded him. And he wanted to know how we had pre-planned a funeral for several months into the future. And does this person know they're having a funeral? And I'm like, yes. I said he actually passed away back in December. I'm not quite sure why they're waiting until April.
Yeah. So the ground's not hard as a rock, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I appreciate them waiting, though. That gives me time to plan so that I could get down there. If I didn't go to my boss's funeral, that would be very sad because I worked for the guy like a little over 20 years. I mean, at least I can do is go to the funeral. I know his wife and his sister and his brother very well, so it's like I gotta go. Jen's gonna go to her desktop and pull the link. Pull it, Jen, pull it.
They're all, well, I mean, I'd rather it be a pod fest than a freaking
Juice Fest?
CBD. No, I don't mind Juice Fest. CBD Fest. Yeah, the last one in Richmond, there was a lot of CBD there. I don't mind the juice. I was broke as shit at that one. Breeze actually bought me a mod because I was broke. But there was a lot of juice. And, I was asking people, I don't understand though, right? So I try it and I'm like, that's really good. Do you have a business card? Because I literally have $4 in my checking account right now. But if you've got a business card with your website on it, I'll order some on payday. Just take it. I'm like, no, that's not what I was going for, but okay, I will. But again, do you have a business card? None of these people had business cards or anything with their website on it. So I could go home and remember, okay, this is where I bought that flavor from, which to me is
I put
stupid.
More of my RTAs inside this canister here, and it's got styrofoam at the top so they can't rattle around. So, I mean, I've got like 3 of these full of RTAs. And adding more. I've gotten most of them off my desk now.
Well, coffee is good, Eric, so coffee's always good.
Jade is shopping. I'll drinking coffee for 10 years straight. I know, right? Oh yeah. Deja vu, the coffee is straight up Nilla nuts. It will be delicious. Trust me.
Coffee and Fruit Loops.
Coffee and Fruit Loops. There you go. Well, they a lot of YouTubers will pair drinks. They actually pair usually beer with a vape, but you could pair it with whatever you want. Some juices do taste really good with certain foods.
And Jade, if you just want the house to smell like Fruit Loops, you can just buy the bottle of concentrate, and if you have like a tart burner, you can get some unscented wax and put a couple drops of that in there, or a humidifier, or they have the essential oil diffusers. You can put a couple drops in there, and your entire house can smell like Fruit Loops.
I could see Eric having a fit. Our freaking whole house smells like Fruit Loops.
Right.
And she'd
He
be like,
has on the
"Isn't it
PlayStation
wonderful?"
King Cobra. I am gonna wait till it comes out on Game Pass because I am cheap. If I like it, then I'll buy it.
I do have Hogwarts Legacy King Cobra. I have the deluxe edition on PlayStation 5. And I've been playing it for a while, and I'm still. See, you were just thinking that, Eric. I know, like mine's. I'm still only 4% done with the game. It's a big game, and I got it early because I got the deluxe edition, which it came out with the full edition today. You can actually play it on Xbox, I guess, today. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
not on Game Pass though, right?
Yes, on Game Pass.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it wasn't coming out to Game Pass until March.
That's on I think for the PC.
Oh, okay.
We have VRs.
Yeah.
I got all the VRs, Jade, except the new PlayStation one, the PSVR 2. I was not allowed to order because we got to keep our credit down, so I did not order the new one. I have the original PSVR and then the Oculus One and the Oculus 2. So I got all the VR things. And I have that app, the Paramotor app for I forget what it's called, but I have it for the Oculus 2. That thing will make you sick to your stomach.
I didn't die though, so that's good. I just crashed into all the flowers.
John Q, what the heck?
Tart, not fart, John Q.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. This actually is not bad. If you like more of a subtle Fruit Loops, this is spot on the money.
No, you don't want your balance on your credit cards to go up. No. The score to go up, not the balance.
Score to go up, not the balance. Yeah, I don't want to. You need to stay under. I think it's 30% usage on your credit cards. I'm well under that. Well under that. I think I'm at 3 to 5% usage total, so I'm pretty good.
See, from what I understood, King Cobra is a lot of the streamers are getting trolled hard because of J.K. Rowling's stance. So it's not the streamers that are getting banned for streaming it. They're getting banned for retaliating against the trolls. Trolls are getting banned for trolling people. It's a video game. I don't really give a shit what J.K. Rowling's stance is on stuff. It's a video game. Whatever. If she wants to be a bigot, she can be a bigot over fucking there.
They're banning people for streaming it? Wow.
I don't think they're banning people for streaming it. I think it's a little deeper than that.
Well, I mean, they were banning people that were streaming it too early. The people that got it, like they ordered it through Target or whatever and got their copy way early before even the initial release on the 7th. That's the people that were streaming it and getting banned.
Yeah, but I read an article today that apparently there's a lot of shit going down with the chatters and people are getting banned for trolling. It's not just about her having her own opinion. It's everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but you're also you have to bear the consequences of spouting that opinion on a popular forum that everybody can see.
Now I have Fruit Loops in my feed.
Oh, she's a transphobic, homophobic bigot. I mean, that's what she is. I don't know what she said directly. I can't remember it, but there's been several tweets where she's put her stance out. And people don't like it, which she's got a right to say it. They've got a right to not like it and not buy her books.
It's a bunch of crap.
I never bought a Harry Potter book to begin with anyway, so I don't care about her opinion. She doesn't mean anything to me. So
A lot of those press people ask questions like that you shouldn't even. If you know you're going to give an answer that may cause a backlash, don't answer the question.
no, it wasn't a question. She put her opinion out there on Twitter without being asked.
Oh well, that's even more stupid. Why would you just offer that information out there?
Because she doesn't care. So
Well, there you go.
Whatever backlash she gets, she put her opinion out there. If she gets backlash for it, she gets backlash for it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I certainly don't follow her opinions, but
Cherokee has a link to some article. Walmart. Self-checkout thefts.
oh yeah, I read that too. Oh well, so sorry, Walmart. Well, don't want to have those self checkout thefts cut into your $30 billion a year profit.
Yeah. Well, the answer is hire more cashiers and stop making people do the self checkout. It's like we don't get paid to do that. Or, what would be different if you got a discount for using self checkout? That would make more people inclined to use it. But you get no money off for using self checkout and having to do all that yourself.
I mean, I don't mind self checkout if I've only got a few things because I would prefer not have to interact with anybody if I can help it. But what I don't like is when I don't have the option to go to an actual cashier. You know what I mean? I don't. If I want to do self checkout, that's one thing. When I'm forced to, that's completely different. Yeah, they're not going to do that, Cherokee.
It's so stupid, but well, I'm not going to tell how to beat the system, but it's not hard. Yeah, I definitely don't want to broadcast how to do. You could do it really easy. Just saying. But
well, I mean,
why?
like they have the door checkers and shit. All right, so like at Costco, last time we went to Costco and they had a problem with our receipt. It was because they didn't see the super expensive item that we bought in the cart because it was very small, right? Walmart seems to just automatically assumes you've stolen everything, and it's like, don't stop me to make sure I did your job properly. If you're that concerned about people walking out with things they haven't paid for, then fucking close the self-checkout.
Yep. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna keep vaping this. Well, I want it to steep, but it's good the way it is, honestly. I thought I was gonna have to tweak this a lot. I'm really thinking once the flavors mix in good from steeping, this is gonna be really good.
Now, I mean, I think most of us in here probably have an unfair advantage because we are of the paler complexion, so people aren't going to automatically assume we steal. Most of the time when I've walked out with self-checkout, they take my receipt, draw a yellow highlighter on it, and let me walk out. They don't even check, right? I can guarantee you that is not the same.
They don't do it that way anymore. So the way Sam's does it now.
I was talking about Walmart.
Oh, well, Sam's or Costco. So you get your receipt and it has like 100 items on there. They scan your receipt and it tells the computer, hey, they have all these items. They will scan like 3 of the items out of the cart, and if it matches what's on the receipt, they let you go.
That's Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Costco just kind of looks at your receipt and gives a once over of your cart and is like, yeah, it looks like it's all in there.
Yeah. You know, when I bought those 10 flip out things, right? The containers.
Yeah.
I told them there was 10. They didn't second check. They didn't look or count them or nothing. They were like, okay. I guess they didn't care, but I mean, it was cheap items. So, yeah, I can understand if I had 10 GoPros in there. I'd be like, hey, wait a minute now.
Yeah, I haven't tried the scan and go at Sam's Club. most of the stuff we buy isn't listed as Scan and Go. But I haven't tried that yet. But yeah, I mean, even at Costco, they don't really look all that. Nobody's ever looked at any of my shit all that carefully. Now I'm not the kind of person. I know somebody that walked in Lowe's, grabbed one of the flat carts, walked to the back, put a washer and dryer on it, and walked right the fuck back out. You know? Nobody questioned her either because she just walked out normally. I would imagine that happens quite a bit, like what happened with us at Home Depot. At that particular, we didn't have a
Yeah.
choice to use self checkout. They only had 4 open, and they were all self checkout.
Yep.
That's it.
There was no cashiers at all, and it was near Christmas time. You would think that they freaking have cashiers available.
No, they had one poor lady living or in the middle of all the 4, trying to help everybody, and yeah, I don't like green peppers. They're nasty. They're disgusting.
What has DeMillan got a link to on the 101 flavors?
Savory collection.
Avocado, bacon, barbecue, basil, beef, cheddar cheese, chili, fried chicken, garlic, ketchup, mashed potato, mustard, onion. Yeah, you'd love the onion. Parmesan cheese, pickle.
So y'all got to remember that these flavors aren't just for vaping, right? I mean, so you could be using these to make your own salad dressing. You could be using them to make a marinade. You could be using them for all kinds of things. I wouldn't think like sage and basil would be under savory because those are green. Those are not.
Deja Vu, you are really going to enjoy that coffee. It's good stuff. David, get to work. All right.
Are they DeMillan? Yeah, because I mean, I could see me trying to use some of those to make different sauces. Ugh, onion, gross, nasty. I mean, I would imagine you could probably put some of those in a wet batter if you were trying to, do a wet batter on chicken wings or cheese sticks or something like that. You could put some in.
So,
since
like tomorrow's Saturday, do you want to attempt to look in the garage and sort through stuff since you're the pro at it and I'm not?
Well,
I mean we would have to.
What I would like to do is to try to get some of this fucking trash out of the house.
Well, that's gonna go. Yeah, that can go on the truck. We can load up the truck with trash. That's the whole purpose of going through the garage, is to find stuff that we can go take to the dump.
Yeah, but your truck is full, so you need to get all.
It is not full.
I saw the back of your truck, sir.
It's got the stuff we just bought in there, the Costco rugs and stuff. That's what's in there right now.
And it had other things in there as well.
I've already taken all that out.
You haven't even used that organizer I bought you for Christmas. It's still wrapped up on the floor.
Because there's no room back there. No,
that's because it's full of stuff.
It's right here. Because I'm organized to know that it's right there. That's where my oil and stuff like that's going to go, and my tools that I need for the paramotor. Did you really want 10 mil of the concentrates?
You need to get the water out of my trunk, though. Our ice machine's out of water.
Yeah, we just used the last of water. Default is 120 mil. John Q, it is not. You can make a lot of juice with 120 mil.
Stuffing. Y'all made a stuffing vape?
Wow.
Now, the mashed potato gravy one, that one intrigues me. Or potato chip juice. That sounds like that would be good.
I had to move and just want some juice. I get it. I get it. You got to have juice.
I don't even know what the hell we're gonna move first. It's hard to put stuff in boxes because we've got a lot of just random shit that you can't really. We can't put our clothes in boxes. You know, we can't put the appliances in boxes. What am I gonna carry a box over there with a coffee pot in it? A stand mixer. There's a lot of shit that you just can't put in a box. So I'm not quite sure what the hell to do with it.
Well, thank you, Shane, for subscribing. Never trust a skinny chef. Shane just subscribed. He is another paramotor pilot and a vapor, and he's been vaping for, which surprised me when he told me he'd been vaping for 10 years. I was like, damn, dude.
He's been lurking in the background.
You're old school like me. Yeah, he's lurking. Shane is lurking.
I mean, old school like you and me.
And
90% of the people in here.
Hell, yeah, I know, right?
We're
All of us are
old
old school,
right.
yeah. So it's not a, you know, just saying. Some people have taken up vaping and it's new to them, but most of the people in this chat, I'd say 90%.
But it's only going
vaping
15 miles away, DeMillan. It just, I could fit more in my car if it's not in the box. Can lay down the back seats and just fill it.
Yeah,
with
the
kitchen
weird thing
appliances.
is we've already been buying stuff for the new house that I've left in the box. I got a fireplace in the box.
Oh, I want to show y'all the plates that I just bought because I like them.
A TV stand in the box. What was the other thing? Cornhole game, brand new in the box. Put the coffee pot in the car. I know, right, Eric?
Yeah. Look at my plates, y'all. Aren't those so
Those
cute?
plates are expensive. Yeah, you can show them, but for 6 plates, I think that's expensive. They are pretty.
Those are the cheaper ones. The other set was 50 something.
They're pretty. They got a nice spiral design on there. Well, $42 for 6 plates.
All right, here's the other ones that I want to get, but I haven't bought them yet.
It is insane, Higgy.
So those are the ones that I want to get as well because I like those. Thank you, Jade. I like them too.
Yeah, those cost more money, even more money for 6 plates. It is 1-day shipping though.
Yeah, they'll be here tomorrow. Yeah.
10.5 inch. Those are a 1/2 inch bigger around. I kind of like 12 years, Scott. I think you got me beat there, man. It's kind of weird knocking or nailing down when I started vaping because I vaped, then I quit, then I went back to vaping again. So it's kind of like it's not the same. Just think of them as kitchen food mods, cheaper than a right, Kim?
Right?
I've spent a lot of money over the years on vape equipment. That is no doubt. No doubt.
I just want to buy adult plates. I mean, I got my grandmother's china, which a lot of that's broken now and missing. But I had that in a box in my utility room for 20 years until we moved in here. And I'm like, why am I just moving this box to here? What's the point in even having them if I'm not going to use them? So there's a couple plates he brought from Georgia that have a nice lip on it, so your shit doesn't spill off the edge of your plate. Good for pot roasting things, so you don't get.
DeMillan likes the Costco paper plates.
Well, yeah, those too, but I want grown-up adult plates. So I'm going to get 2 small sets of grown-up adult plates, and then we'll have the other ones for when the kids come over and spend the weekend or whatever. They can use the not $50.
I'm looking forward to seeing if we're going to have horses that come over to the edge of the fence or cows. If we get to hear the moo
cows. I just think there's horses over there.
I saw cows. I'm pretty sure I saw cows.
I saw horses. And I was stalking and found one of the sellers on Facebook. So I was stalking all of her pictures. They had chickens in our yard at one point in time. They had a little.
Are you that Deja? Yeah, she's that Deja, Higgy. Oh, you're that Deja.
Deja
Oh,
vu.
okay.
Mhm.
That's funny. Oh, you're that one. I thought you were talking about that other
Well,
Deja.
see, John Q, I plan on being in the kitchen a lot more, obviously, because the kitchen and the living room are the same fucking room. But I'm not gonna have to worry about cooking around other people, and have half my stuff up here and half the stuff downstairs. And I don't have any more of those. I did for the longest time. I still had, and I don't know if y'all remembered. Did they come in the boxes of cereal where they had like the Tasmanian Devil Cup that had his face on it, and then they had the Wile E. Coyote one? I had those.
I didn't know.
I had those too.
Now the McDonald's plates, I remember seeing those. You know what I never got, which I wish I would have, was some of those McDonald's ashtrays, which you can buy on eBay for an ungodly price. But
Yeah. 12 years.
Shane,
Yeah, I mean,
that is 12 years. I thought it was 10 years. Yeah, 12 years. I think you have me beat. So yeah, that's a long time, dude.
see, I don't know, because I started vaping a couple months after my dad passed away, and he passed away in 2011. So that's 12 years for me too.
See, I don't know the actual.
So I
can't
think
remember
you're at
the
like 13 years, because you started vaping a couple months before I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You was just gonna mention McDonald's ashtrays. I know, right, Scott? Those things, just like the old Evil Knievel toy I had that I threw away not that long ago, is worth a lot of damn money. And I was like, I wish I would have known
Sport.
that before I threw it away. But yeah, because it still worked. We made some juice tonight on the show, Shane. Basically, Jade wanted me to make a Fruity Loops juice, and that's what we did. And it's actually not bad. I'm dripping vaping it now. Y'all have to see the video where Shane. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. That's bad. He just comes on the channel, and let me point out his bad thing. No, let's don't do that.
Yeah.
Making juice.
Watch Scuba Turtle, then you can go watch. Shane's
Yeah, I
video.
did turtle. On this channel, if you go watch the Soar the Shore video, when I landed, I turtled. No question
in
about that.
slow motion. It was a slow motion turtle.
It was like, oh crap!
Tipped the fuck over.
I just fell over backwards. But hey, it happens. It's part of the sport. We don't, unless you're on a trike, it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure most people are gonna at least turtle at least once, if not break a prop. You're supposed to break a prop in the first year.
You already broke a prop. It just wasn't yours. Look, and Deweese 12 years too.
I didn't break a prop.
We're all.
I chipped a prop.
You broke it. You didn't make it into the bucket of shame, but you still broke it. Did you hear me? Deweese is at 12 years too. So
that's awesome,
we're just
Deweese.
A
I
bunch
did not
of
know
old
that.
ass vapors in here, literally and figuratively.
I took off like a millimeter off the edge of the prop. That's not breaking a prop.
It's still broken.
How do you figure that?
He had to fix it. That means you broke it. He doesn't need to get one, DeMillan. He can't read.
Oh, DeMillan. I thought you heard what happened. So I'll try to explain what was going on. The BGD Magic, if you go up and look the wing up online on the manual, it shows a maximum all up weight of 238 pounds. I weigh more than 238 pounds, right? But I was looking at the EN rating, which is what they show on the freaking website is the EN rating. If you look on the placard on the wing itself, it shows the DGAC rating, which is what we go by. And it is a max all up weight of 293 pounds. Which means I'm good, because you can take
Pretty
my
much.
weight plus the weight of the paramotor, and I'm right at the limit of the wing, which will make the wing a little spicy, but that's about it.
He butt dusted the wing or the ground and chipped the prop.
Yeah, what happened was I went to take off, and I kind of got scooped in my seat a little early, and basically did a 30-foot flight right down into the ground. but I knew the ground was coming, so I
think you're
instantly let
being
off the gas and killed the motor.
Extremely generous by saying it was 30 feet.
Oh, you don't think it was 30 feet?
No.
We got video of it. I don't know how many feet it was, but I think it was like 30 feet.
His wing is not going to be spicy. He's got like the fucking Cadillac Coupe de Ville of wings.
Yeah, I saw, speaking of that, Eric, Jay, one of my buddies he's down at Salton Sea right now. He went to take off in front of me, and I saw his wing, his prop explode. And I think it got caught on one of his lines, which I don't think it did any damage, but it barely caught his line, and the prop
Jay
just
went over there?
just in a million pieces.
Jay went over there?
Yeah, Jay went to Salton Sea.
Oh, damn.
Probably Joe too, but I know Jay went. He actually what he did instead of flying and taking he shipped his paramotor to Salton Sea, and then I think he drove there or maybe flew there, and then picked up his paramotor when he got there.
Damn.
But it cost him quite a bit of money to ship it. I think it was $600 shipping both ways. So $600 total to ship it back, but because he used some private company to do it. It's basically 2 really big totes, and he wrapped it on a pallet, shrink wrapped it. But that's expensive, man. That's expensive. You had a prop explode from snow. Well, there you go. Yeah, those props are spinning really fast. And are you making your own juice with nicotine? I can't find nicotine. What I did, Shane, we knew this nicotine thing was coming, so we stocked up on nicotine. We are eventually going to run out too. There's not many companies you can still buy nicotine from. DeMillen's our scout for that. She knows where we can still get nicotine, so if I have a problem, I'm going to ask DeMillen where to buy some nicotine from because...
Okay, well, he's having a problem because he said that's why he quit making his own juice because he can't find nicotine.
Yeah, we have nicotine, 100 milligrams still.
Now, I think Nicotine River, you can buy it, but you can only buy it in very small bottles at a time, so you can't really buy a liter.
Yeah, but if he's got a business license... Oh, he can't find it without a business license.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want VG-based nicotine.
Yeah, I think Nick River, you can only buy it in like 100 ml bottles, which would still, that's still going to last you a while. Not as long as a liter would, but
yeah,
they were out of stock last time I looked, or they weren't shipping it yet. Let me see.
Nicotine River. I would look that up, Shane, and see if you can find any Nick there. Carolina Extract is going out of business, so you can't get it from there. Most of the places that I get, and it's always better to get the higher milligram nicotine if you can, not 400
They
milligrams.
didn't say it was going out of business. They said there's an investigation involving a murder-suicide.
What?
I can't remember who said that. Yeah, you were running your mouth, so I couldn't. Let's see. Search. Where's the search bar? Oh, there we go.
Maybe if you sign in, it lets you. I don't even see anything. Oh, synthetic nicotine. Let's see what we got. No, we don't need 250 milligram. Oh, there we go. It's $409 for the same size bottle that we already have.
No, that's a gallon.
That's a gallon?
Yes.
Hey, if you got to buy nicotine, why don't they have smaller sizes?
They have, it's VG based.
Oh, there it is,
milligram
nicotine.
Per gallon is $164 for VG based 100 milligram.
$164? Is that the one I'm looking at? Yeah, VG, I see that. Can you check? Oh, you can change the base to propylene glycol. Let's see. There it is. $165 for a liter. Let me put this link in chat.
Yeah, well, let's see if it lets us
That's
check
not
out.
cheap. I know, I realize that, but oh wow, that's like a cookie. There's the link that I got for a liter. I mean, $165 ain't cheap, but when you can't find nicotine, you'll pay a little bit more for it.
Look what I made. Does anyone know what this is?
Oh, let me put it where you can
You
see.
can't see that? Oh.
They can see it now. Hold it up closer to that.
Why don't I drink it?
I'm gonna try to see if I can go through the checkout process. See if it'll.
Cheer.
Yeah.
What'd you make?
Did you see it?
This is
No, 'cause
She's
I'm
showing it
doing
on camera.
It is herb butter.
That's
Huh? Butter.
That's a big piece of cookie of butter that I know better than to touch because I'll be comatose for about 3 days. That is crazy. I was getting 100% Nick for 100 milligram nicotine for 50. I know, Shane. That's exactly what it used to be. Was like 50 a gallon. I totally get it. It's went way up since then. Way up. But I
So is
mean,
VG.
yeah. What? Yeah, VG went up too, but not as bad as nicotine did. So a gallon, how much was a gallon? So the gallon's $404. Damn. Oh, that's 250 milligram. They just gave. Oh, that's one. I'm sorry. That's 1 gallon for $165.
Did I spell my name wrong? I think I did.
So yeah, that's 1 gallon. I'm sorry. The link I gave y'all is for 1 gallon, not 1 liter. 1 gallon of nicotine, 100 milligram. So I mean, 165 for a gallon is pretty close to what it was, if you think about it, because a liter and then a gallon. So now we got lots of links for nicotine. Liquid nicotine wholesalers. I haven't tried those. Ouch. Yeah, that looks more expensive already, and I didn't even click on anything. Let's see what DeMillen's got.
All right. Well, I mean, it was letting me go all the way through, so.
Choose strength, 100 milligram. We want PG. I don't know why it's size 1 gallon. Why didn't it? Oh, $198.
So what was it? 164 for a gallon?
Yeah, $164.99 for 1 gallon of 100 milligram PG based.
All right. So that is $43.41 a liter, because there's 3.8 liters in a gallon.
No Nick to go with it. Yeah, I would pay 100. I'll actually, when I get paid, I'll buy a gallon of that nicotine. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, well, it ends up being cheaper. It's $43 a liter, which was what, 50 something before?
Yeah, it was 52 something.
Yeah.
So here we go with math again.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got a calculator on my phone. I didn't do that in my head.
I still think, check it out after the show, Shane. I mean, we're almost done anyway, but that pure nicotine from Nick River is not bad nicotine. It works fine. I mean, I've been using it for a while now because most of the other sites we used to get it from, you can't get it from anymore. So I think 165, a gallon of 100 milligram lasts a long time.
Yeah, you just split it up. Because I think last time I looked at Nick River, there was a note saying that they were only going to be able to ship it in like little 100 ml bottles.
If they got to
Which,
send
I mean,
me
still
a
isn't bad.
gallon in 100 ml bottles, then so be it. But
No,
make sure it's a
no,
gallon.
I think that was the plan. But it let me go through the shipping part where I put in my address, but I was trying to log in, and I guess all my account info is wrong. And it booted me back to the beginning screen, and I didn't feel like putting all that shit in again. But
Well, I'm not gonna buy it, but it's in my cart. Let me see if it's gonna let me check out. Yeah, it'll let me check out.
it might be too much PG, Shane. I know that shit burns my chest and makes me cough if it's got too much PG in it.
Yeah, depending on, a lot of people got bad nicotine from Nick River.
That's the only place I've ever bought mine was Nicotine River, and I've never had a problem.
Never had an issue with Nicotine River, Nick.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're doing something wrong. I store all my nicotine in the freezer or fridge. And how do I get you to make pistachio? Well, Jade,
Find her on Facebook, Jade. She's on Facebook. And send her a message.
Oh, you don't like you, so you want VG nicotine? Well, if you buy VG nicotine, Shane, which you can do, you just got to make sure you shake the bejesus out of it before you make juice.
Apparently he knows. He's been vaping for 12 years.
I know.
And
I'm
used to make
just.
his own juice.
I know.
Yep.
Just because VG and nicotine don't mix and the nicotine will separate and sit on top of the VG. So if you like take it straight off the top, you're getting pure nicotine. That would be bad. You can buy that nicotine in VG. They have it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same price.
Same price, PG or VG. So I just don't. The reason I don't, not only because of the fact that it separates with VG, but it's so thick in VG, it takes forever to freaking get juice out of that freaking nicotine thing because it's thick. It's VG based, so it's thick as crap. And don't even try putting that shit in the refrigerator.
Well, Jen, something tells me you go through nicotine a lot faster than the rest of us. I'm just saying.
Well, they have it by a free 55-gallon drum. So
yeah,
you know.
well, we just need to drive to Georgia with our liter bottles and fill that shit up.
But like,
don't get in.
Jen, go look in there for a minute. No, they have nicotine that's way too strong.
I know it's there's this 1,000 milligram. We'd have to get David involved.
You gotta have a
dilute it for us.
freaking hazmat suit to go in
And we
there.
got PG. We can just bring him our PG and dilute it down, fill it up for us.
Well, hello, Casey. Cranberry Sprite, working hands. I got the strength to squeeze the VG out of the bottle. There you go.
Yeah, I ain't got that kind of
It
patience.
is thick. It is thick, Jen. It is thick stuff. I'm gonna have to let Munchkin try this Fruit Loops vape. It's actually not bad. I'm quite impressed with just a first attempt.
Did you impress yourself?
Well, because I didn't even try to tweak this at all, but it's actually.
Jen, you made a flavor for me back in the day when we could suggest our own flavors, and I am trying to duplicate it and failed miserably. You didn't happen to keep copies of any of that shit, did you?
What was it called?
It didn't really have a name.
Oh.
Because it was I want these flavors, make it taste good. And she did.
Jade said, don't be giving away my loops.
I think I wanted to call it Marshy Island, but I don't know if that's what you called it. Because it was like a marshmallow and tropical fruit type thing. Which I tried to do that and did not do well. I think I used the wrong coconut.
Am I going to add nicotine to the juice? Dom Long, good question. If Jade's getting it, I would not add nicotine to it because I don't
Well,
think.
I think you need to perfect the recipe before you give it to Jade.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
think
make.
that bottle's gonna make
Well,
it to
hello,
August.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Michelle is a book author for the folks in chat that do not know who Michelle Hughes is.
Mhm.
Michelle writes books. Go read them so she can have more chickens.
She's famous.
I've made a ton of different flavors. I have 40 plus flavors back in the day. Still have the recipes. You know, Shane, I had a bunch of recipes myself, and then I got that damn crypto wall virus on my old computer, and it wiped everything off my computer. I wasn't about to pay that freaking extortion fee that they wanted to unlock my computer, so I just formatted the drive. I lost all my stuff. Oh well. So I got to start all over again, which is a pain in the butt because I had some good recipes, some damn good recipes. All right. It is about time we get off here, babe. I think that I just want to give you all the good news about the sellers did agree on the price decrease on the house. So everything is going according to plan as far as buying the house goes. Now we're just in a waiting holding period until the 1st of March, pretty much. It looks like the loan and everything's fine, so we're just waiting now because our lease doesn't expire here until the end of March. So, but the house closes on the beginning of March, so we can start. We have the whole month of March to move. Oh yeah, Shane, anytime, bud. I'm here every Friday.
The appraisal came in low, Junkie.
I should have, Cherokee. I should have, but I did not do that. If I had e-liquid recipes back then, because I didn't save it to e-liquid, I saved it to that drop program, so it was saved on the computer, but not like e-liquid recipes. Well, thanks for showing up again, Bill. I do appreciate you being here. And yeah, Bill, like I said, man, if you get over to vaping,
exactly, Shane.
Once you start vaping, Bill, the first few days, I'd say the first 3 days, you're probably going to cough a lot, especially the first time you hit a vape, you're going to cough a lot. The next couple days, you're probably going to cough up some nasty stuff. It may even look black. That's all that tar and nasty crap in your lungs. And after that third day, it gets better. It is going to be hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard. I mean, I know how hard it is to quit smoking because I smoked 32 years. So, I mean.
Fruit basket case. No, it wasn't a fruit basket case.
You ordered, look, see, I told you so she'd get more chickens. I ordered 20 more chickens. Hey, Breeze. So
no, that wasn't it. It was like coconut, pineapple, marshmallow. Yeah, it's gonna be a wet hit. It's got moisture in it, which is unlike cigarette smoke, so it's gonna catch you by surprise. And
yeah, you'll get used to it though, Bill, and you'll feel so much better. Food will taste better. Food will smell better. Everything.
Yes,
Eric,
I will.
Everybody have a great night
and
a great weekend. We will catch you guys next week. Same bet time, same bet channel. And until then, peace out, everybody.
Good night.